Did you quit New World a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe even right after the launch? Well, the game you left behind is almost unrecognizable now. You got months, a level cap increase, with another increase right around the corner, and considerable quality of life improvements, new game modes, new weapons, and whatnot. I have over 10,000 hours in this game, and simply put, I've seen it all. So today, I'm breaking down everything that changed since you last played. Why now might actually be the best time to come back from the eyes of a veteran. Now let's start with the first section. Core systems overhaul. We now got months in the game, which was something people had been asking for years now. You don't have to run around across Aeternum for 20 minutes straight. You can now summon horses, wolves, bears, even big cats to get around faster. Level cap is now 65, but we are getting a new expansion, which is a free expansion in 2 weeks' time, and the level cap is now going to be 70. And this update that we are expecting is going to be even bigger than the Brimstone update. Combat and gear changes, stamina, dodging, healing, and damage have all been rebalanced. Gear progression is getting redone in the update, and it seems like they're going to stick with this going forward. More details on this later in the video, but what I can tell you now is that you don't have a confusing expertise system anymore. That's long gone. MSQ is so much easier now, and it's actually fun to go through. On the launch, it would take more than 100 hours to get to the max level, which now takes as low as 15 to 20 hours of gameplay. We now have a system that lets you choose an archetype when you create an account. This is just to familiarize people with the weapons in the game, and they do not really lock you to a certain class. You can change your weapons anytime you want, as it was the case in the past as well. So right away, the game feels different to play than it did back when you quit. When New World first came out, the game was full of game-breaking bugs that would go on for weeks, in some cases even for months. Poor decisions from the management team resulted in a huge decline in terms of population. But ever since the leadership took over in the beginning of this year, things have gotten better and players have a positive sentiment about this change. The recent updates have shown this, and the Season 10 update that is right around the corner now is another proof. Simply put, New World now has a more reliable management team. The game was launched on console a year ago, and we have crossplay. You can play with your friends on the same server, regardless of the platform they're on. Unfortunately, we still don't have cross progression, meaning you can't play with the same account if you own the game on both PlayStation and PC, but that might come in the future. Numbers have been going up. While we can't see the number of players on console, as far as PC is concerned, the numbers have been going up, and compared to the last year, the numbers are double. And the servers feel a lot more alive now. Now let's talk about PvE. And first things first, expeditions. Do you remember when we had to craft orbs to enter expeditions? Well, they removed that gatekeeping system years ago. But what is even better is that you can now just choose your role and queue for an expedition, normal or the mutated version. This new queue system is crossword too. You can play with people that are from another server. The wait times are really low. We now have two raids in the game. One is at where you have to go through difficult mobs and 3 bosses for endgame rewards. The other one is a 20-man raid where you have to work together to kill a huge worm for great rewards. Another 10-man raid is on the way that is coming with the Season 10 update of New World. These raids are not very difficult, but they require certain group compositions and some communication to get through. I organize raids groups daily with my Twitch chat on all EU servers. We are also starting on US East Valhalla server. If you are just returning to the game and wanting to get into the endgame PvE content, feel free to join us. You can find my Twitch link in the description. PvP is in a way better spot too. Cross-server PvP for OPR and arenas means you will actually get matches, no matter what your server population is. We also have a new game mode called Capture the Flag, where 2 teams of 10 people are fighting to carry the enemy flag to their own base to score a point. We also have got the new maps for all the PvP game modes, OPR, Capture the Flag, and arenas. The reward structure for influence races got reworked. You can now see huge open world fights every evening. The PvP reward track makes grinding worth it with guaranteed progression. They have said that PvP track is going to be one of the key components in next month's update, as we will be getting items with set bonuses from it. There is also a new PvP mode in the works. While they haven't revealed too much about it, it is rumored to be a battle royale game mode. Now let's talk about crafting and economy. Crafting was one of the most overwhelming parts of New World at launch. They have completely streamlined it. XP curves for professions are way smoother now. You can reach the highest trade skills so much easier. Legendary crafting mats are easier to find and less RNG based. The big update that is coming next season might shake things up a bit for crafting, but it's probably going to stay as a key element of the game. And the gear set manager is a game changer. Swap instantly between your PvE, PvP, and crafting builds without sorting your entire inventory. Next month, we will also be able to assign attribute points to these gear sets to make things even easier. Let's now talk about quality of life updates. This is where returners will notice the biggest difference in day-to-day gameplay. Fast travel is cheaper now and more accessible. There is no need for spending 1000 AZO to go to another town anymore. And storages are linked. So no more running between towns. You can just drag your items from any other town at any given time. They also updated the inventory UI, and we now have proper sorting and search filters. The game is simply easier. Perfect items are not selling for gold cap anymore. The gear difference is not what it used to be, and there is even a new game called Barebones OPR where all perks are disabled. Everyone is basically fighting on equal foot. This game mode is not up all the time, but it will most likely be, as so many people are expected to come back for the new update, and that should result in a healthy population to sustain all of the different PvP game modes. Now, let's talk about new player and returning player experience. If you are thinking about starting fresh or maybe bringing a friend back with you, the early game is completely revamped. The main story quest is streamlined and it's way more cinematic. Zone progression flows logically now instead of sending you all over the map. Tutorials and onboarding are miles better than launch. Gear progression is so much easier, and becoming ready for the endgame PvE content doesn't take too long. You can do the endgame raid in your literally first week. So, what is this big season 10 update about? What to look forward to? Something that we have all been waiting for: meaningful endgame gear progression. Nivard has tried many things over the years for its endgame, and none of them really worked. But by the looks of it, for Season 10 update, I think things are gonna change, and Season 10 update is going to put an end to this. So, what can we look forward to? First up, we have a brand new raid called Isle of Night. A 10-player challenge with 3 bosses, puzzles, and some of the hardest fights the game has ever seen. This is endgame content built to truly test your group. But it doesn't stop there. We are also getting an entirely new zone, Night Haven. It is dark, mysterious, and full of ruins and hidden dangers. And it ties directly into the existing main story. Season 10 also introduced Catacombs, a roguelike dungeon mode for up to 3 players. Every run is different. You'll find power-ups, cursed loot, and bosses that get harder the deeper you go. The catch? You have got to escape safely, or you risk losing most of your rewards. High stakes, high excitement. And then there is a huge endgame overhaul. The level cap is going up to 70, and gear score, maximum gear score, is going to be 800. Gear will now have up to 4 charm slots, replacing the existing perk system, letting you customize perks on gear without any friction. Gear will no longer have attributes on them. Each character will simply have a much higher attribute pool to distribute the attribute points freely. Set bonuses are finally here, giving rare drops from raids, catacombs, and PP reward track. And umbral shards are being reworked, so gear above 700 can be upgraded, with caps in place to keep progression meaningful. So, why is now the best time to return? Here's the bottom line. The game has gone from a walking simulator with clunky systems to a modern MMO with mounts, smoother crafting, cross-server PvP, and meaningful gear progression. If you left because it was too grindy, empty, or just confusing, most of that is gone. There is a better management team now, and they are working on big updates. They also confirmed that they have 3 new weapons that they are currently working on as well, and the first one is confirmed to be daggers. What do you think the other 2 might be? With the big Season 10 update, this might be the best time to give New World another shot. So, what about you? When did you quit New World? And what is the biggest change here that makes you want to come back? I have a website where I share many New World guides, helping both new players and the veterans alike. I'll drop the link in the description. Also, feel free to drop by my Twitch channel as well if you have any questions or if you simply want to join our huge community to do the endgame raids. Don't forget to like the video if this helped and subscribe for more New World guides and updates. I'll see you in Aeternum.